it's Alice, and today I'm going to be sorting out all of my craft stuff. Oh, hey Ollie! So the first thing I think we're going to clean up is my toolbox. This is the thing I use most often. I got this really cool toolbox that pulls back like this for Christmas last year, which, yeah, it's been really useful. So I'll talk you guys through what I have in here. So at the top I've got all my metal and hardware and things. So I've got pliers, wire cutters, some bigger size pliers, just all those kind of things, some wire, some smaller wire, some rubbish you need to throw out, this little level I got from somewhere, don't know if I ever used that, random metal things, sander, and then in these little compartments I have some chain, jump rings, clasps, buckles, and other random metal-y things that I've made. I think I usually would have put rug clips in here, but I don't have any at the moment, so I'll need to make some more of those. But anyway, that's the top level. On the next level I have all my other kind of randomy things. I have all my ribbons, which is a bit of a mess at the moment. I have some crimp beads that I haven't started using yet, but yes, they'll be really cool to use, and really nice sparkly brow band. Looking forward to using that. We've got some Velcro. I don't use Velcro anymore, so that'll probably go. Some leather, well, fake leather. Some little wood pieces that I thought I could make into grooming brushes, but that never happened. Some sequins, which have been great for Christmas this year. Some little swabs that I thought I was going to make flamethrowers out of. Don't judge me guys, but obviously that never happened. Some little pom-poms and things. I was trying to make jump cups over here. They kind of worked, but they're really flimsy. A little bottle that I got from my best friend Abby, shout out to her. These random things, all these are things that I just found on the building site when we were renovating, so I thought I could use them, but yeah, I've got these little corkboard things which look really cool in tack rooms, so yeah, I'll keep those. And in the bottom we have all my big stuff. So I've got some ribbon that's not meant to be down here, some leather, oh, my knife. This is super handy, use that all the time. And I've got my leather, my felt, and all that. And so yeah, I'm going to tidy it up now, so I'll see you guys when I'm done. Like that for now. The next thing I'm going to do is my sewing box. So I do a bit of sewing as well. You might have seen my blankets, they are all sewn. So as you can see at the moment, my sewing box is a bit of a mess. There is threads absolutely everywhere, so let's get to it. In the top here I have a bunch of threads, let's get them all out. I stole a whole bunch from my mom's sewing box. So yeah, these ones are for my brother's scout badges, which he doesn't actually do scouts anymore, so I have to make some red and yellow blankets. Loose threads. Loose thread number 1. We have some black, navy, white. Let's coil it up. Sorry, you're probably wanting a quick overview. Anyway, and a whole bunch of little ones I got from the starter pack that my grandma gave me when she gave me my sewing machine. So yeah, I've got just a little starter sewing machine. It's not the best, but it does its job. When I get the chance, I like to use my grandma's one because it's just amazing. So yeah, we've got a saddle pad that I started. I wanted to do these quilted ones, but I can't get the shape right. See, I was trying to do one of those jump ones, but no. Black, green, a gold marker from when I made my friend a pencil case, and she wanted some gold horseshoes on it, so that was really cool. I think it's kind of dead now, but yeah. Tape measure, don't actually use it, but yeah, it's in here. Bobbin, pins, white thread, mini screwdriver with my thing, and quick unpick, super useful. Must have started a halter and a couple of needles. Yeah, and so that's the top, and in the bottom we have this little kit which has got all my needles in it, so I'll put my needles in there. Oil for the sewing machine, bias bindings for all my blankets, more bias. This t-shirt that's got, oh, this is the back of a t-shirt that had a cool design on it which I cut out, so I probably won't need the t-shirt anymore. Bias, some felt, scraps, bias, scrap, start of a blanket, bias, and then instructions for my sewing machine. So I'm gonna leave these in here and I'm gonna start cleaning. Right, that was much quicker. That's my fabric box all done. Oh, I forgot to mention I do have a whole separate bag with fabric in it, so that's why there's no fabric in here. My grandma again gave me a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of fabric to use, so it was too much to put in here. Yeah, so that's why there's no fabric in here. On to the next thing. I think I'll do my Rio Rondo boxes. So I've been lucky enough to buy a couple of things from Rio Rondo. It's quite expensive, especially in American dollars, so I really don't buy it very often, but it's so great to have, and I just love all this stuff I have in here. So let's go through it. In this first box we have, so this is where I keep most of my saddle making stuff. So I have a can for making saddle trees, and I have my Rio Rondo hardware, and I just love it so much. I mean, look at all this stuff. We've got bits and halter squares and buckles. I don't use it very often because I'm kind of scared to use it because it's so good. I don't want to waste it, but it's mostly in Brio Classic size, so I'll have to make some stuff in my Brio Classics. I only have 2, so yeah. We'll see what's to come in the future. And I also have a emery wood in here for sanding off all the little edges that you get when you cut them off. So that's why I have all those lying around. I should probably put them all in one place, so I might do that as we go along. Anyway, I also have my leather lace, which is great for making bridles. I've got it in black and beige, or whatever the natural, this is the natural colour. I have some dye that you'll see later on that I use to colour it, but otherwise I just keep it plain because it makes it look like real leather. I have my dyeing piece of paper, which I started using once and I've just kept it in here so I don't have to use lots of different pieces of paper. I think I was going to try and make an English saddle one time, but it didn't really work out. I've got a whole bunch of trees I tried to make in here, but they don't look quite right. I think I used salt though that I made myself, so that'll probably be chucked out. And here I have my leather. So in here I have some calf skin leather, so that's a bit thicker than just normal, a bit thinner, sorry, than just normal leather, which is, it's almost a little bit too thick for my schleich, so that's usually used for my bears. And then down the bottom I have some skyver, which is much more schleich thickness, so yeah, that's why I have a lot less of that, because I use it for my schleich. And so a while ago I bought a tack making kit, which means it gave me everything to make one saddle for my classics, for a West I made a classics western saddle. There we go. What am I saying? So yeah, I think I made that a couple of years ago, so if you look back in the newsletters you'll probably find it. I'll show you guys again sometime. It's quite nice. It's really simple, so I've got leftover stuff from that, and then I also bought some normal supplies. So that's when I bought my hardware and my leather. So that's why I have 2 boxes. I've kept the boxes because I just love all this stuff so much, so I want to be careful with it. So what's in here? I bought an English saddle pattern, so that's all the pattern pieces. So I don't want to chuck that out. Got a random pattern piece there, and here's where I've got my blades for my knife. I got my knife with my Rio Rondo stuff just because I saw it on the website. Turns out you can get them in New Zealand, but I didn't know that at the time, so yeah. Saddle pattern from the kit, which, yep, I've used many times. I've got many copies of it, so I probably don't need. Oh, some baking paper which I traced. Oh, some leather, that should go in the big box. A pattern, a buckle. This is the instructions for making the western saddle, so I'll be keeping those. And then a whole bunch of leather scraps in here. I'll try and keep most of it because it's real leather. And some blades. So, but yeah, I will end up chucking out some of it. So I'll clear out this box and then I'll show you what's in the next box. Second box, I'm not completely sure what I have in here. Oh right, okay, so I have my leftover stuff from my big saddle that I made. I think I'll probably just keep this all in the bag that it's in because I'm not really sure what to do with it. I have the original pattern with the original tracing paper, and this was what I used before I had a proper knife. My mum works at the hospital and got me this little surgical knife, so yep, I will not be using that anymore. I have rubber gloves from dyeing. I gave up on rubber gloves a long time ago because it just, you get it on your fingers, that's just a fact. This nail for punching holes in billets and things, so I'll definitely keep that around. Now that I've cleared both these boxes out, I can put everything in one box. Right, and I think that's all my Rio Rondo stuff cleaned up. And I've got a spare box, so that's always useful. Right, next up, I'm going to be sorting through all my dyes and glues and random liquids that I've got over the years for different things. So, first up, actually, I can now put them in my box. So, first up, let's just do my paints. So I've got these 3 paints that I got from an actual model making shop, which I only got 3 because they're really expensive. Well, 2 and a varnish. I think I got another varnish, but I'm not sure where that went. So I got brown and black, and I think they'll be okay lying on their side. So put them in like that, and a varnish. I've actually ended up using spray varnish for my horses now, so yeah, probably won't use that much. I've also got these 2 leather dyes. I'm not sure you call them leather dyes, but these are the things I use for my saddles at the moment. So these are just a minute color changes for shoes that you just paint on. It's real easy, but it dries quite crusty and thick and shiny, so it's probably not the most ideal. I think I'd like to move on to a real leather dye in the future, but it's so expensive. So this will do for now. I have it in black and brown. I've had it in brown for ages, but then I thought, right, I'm just going to get black, so I've got both. This was when, in the stage before I found those, I got just a brown dye, but it's more for fabric and it just looks horrible when you use it on leather and it doesn't work properly, so I think I'm going to find another place for that. What is this? This is just a container, so something like that. I have baby oil from when I was using this. You could rub it into the tap and it would make it more supple because it went real brittle when you use this. So I'm going to put this with that. I'll find another place for those. Now we have glues. So basically the one glue I use at the moment is this Sullivan's Craft and Hobby glue. These are the same thing. I just took the label off this. This is amazing. I use it for everything. And this will not be going in a container because I need it easy access. This is an old one that's dried up, so that will go in the bin. This is a light duty PVA that I used when I couldn't find this. It's not that great, so I think I'll put that back in my cupboard. Oh no, actually, I can put it in here, can't I? These are little PVA glues. I don't think we could find a big one, so I've just got little ones. This one's empty, so that will go in the bin. This PVA glue, I use it for my woodwork. You'd think, why would you use PVA glue on wood? But it actually holds really strong. It takes a while to set, but it holds real strong when it has. Well, I dropped it. It sets really strong when it has set, so that'll be going in there. And I'm keeping this out. So that's what's going in the second box for now. I may as well sort through this. This is my Secret Santa present from Emily. I haven't had a chance to put it all in my craft box yet, but she gave me so much cool stuff. Thank you so much. It will be really useful. And she also made me scrunchies, and it looks like this pencil case has been made as well. So thank you so much, Emily. I'll be finding a different home for that. Or I may keep taking it, I'm not sure. So she gave me these little Tic Tac containers with some little things in them. We've got some crimpies, which are really cool. Some little nails, which we call for holding leather together to create little studs and brow bands and things. And some jump rings, which I love having in the little Tic Tac containers. It's just going to be so useful because they're about the perfect size, whether in this, it's quite big. So I think I'm just going to put this in the little thing like that, and those in there. And she also gave me these strips of, it's like slightly thicker than ribbon but not quite leather, it's like synthetic stuff, which I made an endurance bridle out of. You may have seen it on the forums. If you haven't, go check that out. She also gave me some scraps of leather. I really like the look of this navy stuff. It's black on the top, and it's really thin, so it'll be great for making a black saddle out of without having to dye it. She also gave me some brown leather, which it actually looks like real leather, so that'll be useful. Thank you so much. More of that. She gave me these little horses to cut and chop off the heads and customize, or just, she said, put them by your models to laugh at them. But yeah. So I'm going to put this stuff all in their different places, so I'll see you in a second. next part is all my customizing stuff. Now, it may look like I have a lot, but I really don't. So I have my little saw for chopping off ponies' heads. Very gruesome, but it's quite fun actually. But the good thing is that you get to put the heads back on again, so that's good. So I have my mini saw, my clay, which is a bit of a mess at the moment, and now I have my sprays. So this one's my varnish for when I'm finished the horse. I'll just put a layer of varnish over it. You can do it in between layers when you're doing like pastel-y chalky layers instead of just paint. So yep, varnish. These ones, let's have a look. I have two. This is primer. I think I left this one out in the sun, so it doesn't actually work anymore. But so I have to test these and check out the ones that don't work. Got a little bit left. So is that one. So I have, yeah, primer, paint, and varnish. So these. I want like a box or something to put them in, but I do not have that at the moment. I might try and find something. So yeah, that's my customizing stuff. Right, the last box is my shop stuff, and so this is from after the fundraiser. Before the fundraiser I was so organized and I got all my packaging ready, and yep, as you can see, and I was all ready to go, and then I didn't actually get very many sales, so it's kind of disappointing, but it's all still up for sale on our Etsy shop, so go check that out. So I had everything in this little box. This is a postage box, and yeah, it was all ready to go. But I'll sort through it now, make it tidy again. I stole a lot of envelopes from our family supply, so I think I'll give those back and just use my homemade ones. We've got our little certificates of ownership for the custom models and the bags for them. And I had my little thank you notes that I was going to put with them. I'll probably still use them. Little logos that I was sticking on everything, and then my normal more thank you notes. There's some there. These are all, that's a bag. So all things that are for sale at the moment, and some rugs that I was in the process of making. I think I need a new spot for in the process of making stuff, because these were so out of the way that I never finished them. Yep, so this is all stuff that's for sale at the moment. I'll just take you through it. Advertising. We have this little saddle pad that was made by Isabella. We have one bossel, a second bossel, and a feather neck rope with little feathers that you can put on the mane. And yeah, that's what we, as well as 2 custom horses. So yeah, don't forget about those. A couple of halters. Right, and I've taken to collecting plastic bags at the moment, just for when I'm selling things, because I don't buy bags. I just use ones that I find from packaging, because I want to reuse, not buy. I've got a whole bunch of ones that have brands on them already, so I probably won't be able to use them. Oh, this is a hook that I was going to use in my stable, but I had one too many, so I'll go put that somewhere else. Oh. But I will pack these up and pack them all into the box, and I'll see you afterwards. that box. It's got an address on it, so I'm just covering it up for the moment. Right, so I'm just going to have a check, see if we've got anything there. I've got another box over here. Maybe that's where I should put my stuff I'm working on at the moment and find a spot in my room to put that. You know what? If I cut off the lid. Right, I've just finished and I'll give you, this is all the final stuff that I've ended up with. Seems like much less than before, which I'm happy about. So we've got fabric, general materials, sprays, customizing stuff, in progress, packaging, extra bottles, Rio Rondo, and my trusty glue. So that's all for today. Be sure to check us out on craftersclubnz.com for more model horsey stuff. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.